The first kill in Hard Eyes comes in the first minute when a guy proposes to his girlfriend and a photographer attempts to photograph them is stabbed in the eye through the camera lens. The man proposing has an arrow shot into his head and his fiancée freaks out and flees the scene. She runs to a barn to hide but meets a security guard, and when the killer enters and throws a knife into the security guard's eye, the girl runs away and hides in a large grape crushing machine, which is probably the worst place to hide because the killer turns on the machine and crushes her to death. A couple days later, we get introduced to our main character, Allie, who is recently single and afraid of being fired from her job as a social media marketer. Her boss lashes out at her because of the terrible ad campaign she made. Her boss brings in a freelance marketer, Jay Simmons, to work with Allie on a new campaign. Allie and Jay set up a date to discuss the campaign, and after they get out of the restaurant, Allie bumps into her ex-boyfriend who's with his new girlfriend. Allie gets jealous and kisses Jay without his consent. Yeah, but Jay is okay with it and goes along with the lie. When Allie gets dropped off home, she discovers she lost her keys and Jay comes in to help her by breaking into her apartment window. But he cuts himself. Allie lets him into his apartment so she can care for his wound. The killer surprises them by jumping out of the closet. He shoots an arrow directed at Allie, but Allie barely manages to dodge it. Jay and Allie fight off the killer. They manage to escape the apartment, and as they run towards the Uber driver, the killer shoots an arrow at them, missing Allie but killing the driver. They run to an abandoned building where the killer attacks them and knocks out Jay. Allie gets scared and runs away, leaving him behind. She runs to a nearby park. The killer catches her at a merry-go-round. He almost kills her, but she gets away, and as she's stumbling, she falls to the ground. The killer comes up to her, and right when he's about to kill her, the police show up and he runs away. The police think they caught the killer because right before the killer left, he dressed up Jay as the killer to make the police think Jay's the killer. The police fall for it and they arrest Jay. When he's being interrogated at the station, Allie shows up trying to convince the officers that Jay is not the killer, but they don't believe her. As Allie is speaking to the officers, the lights go out in the station. An officer goes to the supply closet to retrieve some flashlights. The killer kills the officer by stabbing her with a flagpole. Allie runs to get Detective Shaw. Meanwhile, Detective Hobbs, that's right, Hobbs and Shaw. While Detective Hobbs is interrogating Jay, he hears the shooting and he goes to help Detective Shaw. But the killer finds him and stabs him in the groin and slashes his face. The killer goes into the interrogation room to kill Jay. Jay tries to fight him off, and then Allie shoots through the glass window, scaring the killer away. Allie and Jay run out of the station and head to the drive-in movie theater. As the killer follows them inside, he kills a random guy. Jay and Allie hide in a van that's being used by another couple, getting it on in the back seat. The couple get really loud, causing the killer to hear them and kill them both. He jabs a lug wrench into the head of the guy, and then he jams the girl's head into the wrench. Pretty gruesome and nice kill. The girl's body falls out of the van. A woman sees it and screams, causing big chaos and panic as everyone screams and runs away. The killer kills random people nearby, like this guy that's near the van and another guy with an axe. Also, this lady is screaming and running towards him. He kills her. Like, why are you running towards the killer? Her stupidity is what killed her. Jay and Allie feel guilty because he followed them here and he's killing innocent people. They decide to kill him and put an end to it. Jay fights him and gets knocked to the ground. The killer comes up to him to finish him off, but Allie bashes his head with the beer keg. The killer turns around, he chokes her, and Jay stabs the killer in the back with the machete, killing him. They remove his mask and are confused because they have no idea who the killer is. It's not anybody that they know. Later on, they are sitting in the ambulance, recovering, and Jay shoots his shot with Allie, but she rejects him. They agree to be friends. Then Detective Shaw, who was attacked by the killer at the station and somehow survived, offers Jay a ride to the airport. Later that night, Allie gets sad and regrets rejecting Jay because she really likes him. So she goes to the airport to find him and tell him how she really feels. While in the airport, she gets a call from an unknown number. She answers it and hears a Hard Eyes killer on the other side. The killer has captured Jay and he invites Allie to watch Jay die. Allie arrives to an abandoned chapel. She finds Jay tied up and the killer behind him. The killer removes his mask, revealing it was the IT guy, David, from the police station earlier. Some random guy that we only saw once. But he wasn't alone in all this. We get a reveal that there's a second killer, and the other killer is Detective Shaw. Wow, what a shocker. She and David are secretly married and have been secretly killing couples for years because it's their kink, which is honestly a pretty stupid motive, but everyone's got a kink, I guess. They also reveal that the killer Jay killed at the drive-in theater was a dumb fanboy who was obsessed with them. The killers give Allie a gun so she can choose to kill either Jay or herself. Allie points a gun at herself, but at the last second she shoots Jay in the shoulder, making them think she killed Jay. But in reality, the bullet went through Jay's shoulder and hit Shaw in her abdomen, making her fall to the floor. David tries to help her. He gets furious and shoots Allie and Jay as they try to run away and hide. Shaw and David catch them. David drags Jay away and Shaw grabs Allie. David tries to kill Jay, but he talks way too much, giving Jay enough time to pierce an arrow through his eye. He screams and backs into multiple candles, causing him to fall over them and have the candles burn him. Meanwhile, Shaw drops Allie to the ground, and right when she's about to kill Allie, Allie stabs her in the neck because she talked way too much. Then she pushes her into a sword statue that pierces all the way through Shaw's neck and cuts her head completely off in a comedic but really cool effect. So far, one of the best kills of the year in my opinion. Allie and Jay hold each other romantically, then David jump scares them and crawls towards them, but Jay shoots him in the head with a crossbow. So we had 16 kills in Hard Eyes, 11 males and 5 females. The golden hammer for the best kill goes to Shaw. She had a really nice decapitation, really bloody and pretty satisfying to watch because of how slow the head comes off. The effects were really good in that kill. The silver pistol for the worst kill goes to the idiot girl who ran towards the killer. She must have known what the killer looks like because of the mask. Pretty stupid way to die. Comment your favorite kills and your thoughts on the movie. Please like and subscribe to Movie Gods to be a movie god. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Adios, abuela.